So it's been a hot minute since I've actually worn my aggressives, and I've had plantar fasciitis in my foot, so I haven't been able to aggressive skate for a while. Getting back in the aggressive boots feels a little weird, to be honest, because I've been skating a flat 80mm setup for a while now. So I'm just going to go and warm up at park and just see if I can get back to used to skating anti-rocker again, because I've got some new insoles and they're actually like a plantar fasciitis insole. Anyway, wish me luck. Oh, here we go. Lead foot on and lift over the coping and sort of just roll in really casually. I'm going to do that again. So you get to the coping, and what I see a lot of people doing is they're putting both feet on and then dropping in, whereas my left foot's my lead foot. So I literally just lean forward and let the other foot follow in. So I'll try and do it really slowly so you can see a bit better. Here we go. And I find it works really smooth. Yeah. Or you can just roll up and then pop in. Nice. See, I haven't lost it. Scarlet to hold my camera and see if I can do some backside stalls. Can you come hold the camera? What? Can you come hold the camera for a minute? Hold my phone too in case I fall on my ass.
What are you doing?
I'm just going to do some backside stalls. You go, bro. You going too? Whoa! Warm up. I'm going a bit too far there. No, keep going.
Yeah. Came here to skate too, but
yeah, I'll just see if I can
it's not.
I'll let these guys go. Let's see if I can get one more.
Okay, I've been degraded to camera
Stand.
Get a tripod, bro. You need to walk in from the phone. You have to do it again. I need to say.
Get it. So sometimes when you're warming up, you just have to sit in and just get comfortable with the size of the ramp. As you can see, this is a pretty decent transition. So yeah, sometimes I just like to turn my skates to the side, and I find that makes it easier to actually drop in, as long as you don't have scooter kids in the way. So I just sort of put one hand on the coping and then sort of hop in like that. A bit hard to do again with the camera, but yeah, that's a good little warm up. If you get a little bit more tricky, you can do it without any hands at all. I haven't done it in a few months, but I'll see how I go. So just sort of put your pressure against the ramp on this foot and sort of just like kick yourself in. Helps if you lean back and sort of roll in a bit too, like, there we go. All little fun tricks that you can have a mess around with. Keeping your lead foot on the coping and then letting your following foot fall into the ramp. It's part of that stance that just makes everything so stable and sorted. The worst thing I see people do is try and either switch feet midway down the ramp or right when the transition meets the bottom of the ramp. They'll try and switch their feet because they haven't really sorted in their head how to make sure that their feet aren't going to try and walk yet. So the thing I advise when you're skating fakie up a ramp is actually put your following foot, your back foot, a little bit further up the ramp than what you think you need to, and lean a little bit further forward when you're traveling fakie up the ramp. Getting that position where your whole body just falls into that natural sort of position where you're the most stable means that you can get on and think about other things, like what tricks you're going to do when you actually get to the coping, stuff like that. All your foot positioning becomes automatic and you don't have to think about it anymore. So starting from the bottom of the ramp, a little trick I like to use is I'll just walk up the ramp a little bit, and then when I actually get to the other transition on the other side, I'll throw my fakie foot up a bit to gain a bit of extra height on the pump back the other way. A little hop at the top helps too, but you can see just that natural position that my stance is in just makes me so nice and stable when I'm skating fakie, and you can just sort of rock into it. You notice I'm not really checking over my shoulder that much, I'm just feeling for the ramp on my fakie foot, so that's going up behind me, leaning forward nice and comfortable and just making it nice and smooth. That's what you want at the end of the day. Like it's one thing to be able to do something, and it's a whole nother thing to just make it look natural. And I'm gonna die. So when you're doing backside stalls, what I like to do is actually get my lead foot and place it up on the coping as if you were going to do a backside grind, and then if the coping's not too slippery like it is today, you'll just sort of stall a bit better. That'll give you a bit more time to get that other foot up and into place without being quite so sketch, because your body sort of wants to naturally slide along the rail instead of just popping up and stalling per se. Yeah, it just helps me get my foot position right. That's one of the things that I would love to do today, but this coping, somebody has put far too much wax on it, and I feel like I'm going to die since I've only just got back into it today. So here goes Scarlet for a little run. Nice one! Ta-da! Very good. Oh no. Getting familiar with rolling along the top of the ramp and then re-entering, something that I find really helps improve my stability and makes me very comfortable with being high above the ramp, but not feeling like I'm high above the ramp, shaking off a bit of that fear, getting more comfortable with just sort of cruising along and then popping back in, and yeah, it just makes everything flow nice. It's back to that same old ethos. If you can keep moving with your tricks instead of standing stationary, you're always going to be more stable and more smooth with all your tricks. So just rolling along, nice and comfortable, and then popping back in, sort of staying away from the coping a bit. Spine ramps are always fun. It's one of the most rewarding things I think about skating on a spine. Just that feeling of just floating above the ramp for a couple of seconds while you get your body in position to land. I recommend it to anyone learning spines to just sort of chill and enjoy that couple of seconds of air time. Just really casual, just sort of get your body in that position where you don't change your stance and just sort of float over the top of the ramp, and just try and keep it smooth, keep everything tight but not too tight. Let your body just flow with it. There we go. That was just about perfect.